Hi everyone. So in this particular clip, I'm going to be showing you how to do ease stitching. So first and foremost, I want to remind everyone that you should have all of your pieces cut out, and that most importantly, you need to make sure that you have marked all of your notches. So notches here, and if you didn't, then please go back with your pattern piece and cut out the notches, and then you're ready to get started. So in this segment, I'm going to talk about ease stitching on the side front piece, the piece that looks like a boob, and the ease stitching on the sleeves, the upper shoulder area. So we will just go ahead and do that right now. Okay, so for the ease stitching on the side front piece, as a reminder, you'll need to set, if you're doing by machine, set your machine to a 3mm stitch length, and just remember that it is between these two notches, this top part, and it goes around this major curve down to here. And please remember, you can backstitch at the top, but absolutely do not backstitch at the bottom. Otherwise the stitch is useless and you're not able to pull it to, you know, slightly tighten and add ease to the curve. For your sleeve, again, set your stitching to 3.0 stitch length, and you need to do a stitch at 3/8 and 1/4 inch. And so for this, make sure you're leaving it loose on both sides, and that you're leaving your strings nice and long. So again, here's a string on the other side, nice and long, and then you need to make sure you're doing that twice. So there's my two lines between these two notches. It's kind of hard to see, but I will lay it out. Between the two notches. That is this top notch, that's the top middle. So once you have your ease stitching done on both, I will start with this side front piece. You just need to pick one side of the string. Actually, I might do this side. And just be very gentle. You don't want to accidentally pull too hard and break the string. So purpose of this is again to add a little bit of ease on that curve, and then make sure that the notches will match with the other piece. So you need to do it from the right side, the outside of your fabric, because when you pull the top string on the outside, it will curve inward, right? We want this little cap shape to be on the inside. And again, we're not gathering the fabric. We're not trying to create tucks. Just enough that it's a little wavy. And if you're not sure if it's enough, you can always grab the other piece that it's supposed to attach to, which now I have to remember side back. Yes. So this here is the side back. You know, I'm thinking that the pattern I used did not add a notch, or is missing a notch, I should say. So let me take a look at that. Yes indeed, whoever made this pattern did not add a notch they were supposed to. There should be a second one on this. This is the side back piece. It has a similar curve, not as curved. So yeah, there should have been one like right there. going to pretend that mine has one. Yours probably does. And so basically you're doing this until these end up matching in size. So you match the top notch, and then you just kind of use your hands and you kind of pre-do that, and then you would figure out if this needs to get further pulled in a little, or maybe even loosened until the notches match. So again, this is just a little bit of a cap shape. Not going too crazy. Okay, as for the sleeves, kind of the same thing. Okay. Have to get organized a little here. So there is a definite outside to my fabric and an inside. The outside looks like a twill weave going diagonal, which you cannot see probably. So I know this is the inside. And since I know this is the inside of my fabric, again, I want it to curl in towards the inside, which means I need to do this from the outside, the right side. So you're just going to start by going to one end, and you're only pulling the top strings. And you can do it from both sides, but again, be somewhat gentle, and you just need to do it in little bits at a time. Start to see a little cap shape there. I think maybe that side's probably good enough. So I'll just kind of go over here to the other side. And again, make sure that there's no wrinkles or gathers. And so I see there's a little gather here, and I'm just going to kind of smooth it out. And so now this is what we want, this cap shape, right? Perfect. So that is how you will prepare these two pieces for attaching them to the rest of your garment.